Hey everybody. Okay, I've been on here 3 times today. Today I've done a short read. I've done a couple of reads, and what I want to do is do a little bit of a deeper read today. Kind of gotten away from that since my cards are packed up, and I'm being called to do a deeper. Anything falling off? No. Okay. Deeper ones. These cards are a little bit more like life advice, so this will be advice in reference to your current situation, whatever that is, and whatever that looks like for you. Take what resonates, leave the rest behind. I'm going to pull maybe 3 of those. I'm going to go with 3. And I'm going to put them with their respective book, and I'm going to continue pulling off of my deeper decks, okay? And if I need clarification on things, then I might dig into the tarot, and or more oracle decks, you know, situational oracle decks. But for now, we're gonna go with the deeper ones and see what comes out, just to see if we are getting philosophical today. Because I usually do a nightly read for these, and tonight I am working on my second job so I can make money for my next extravaganza, a next trip. Which, tell me in the comments where you think I should go. Somewhere I'm staying in the Americas for the moment because I don't want to take time off work. I really just want to be able to go and enjoy my time there, and take a couple days off while I'm there and work the rest of the time, and do my readings there for you. Got my LLC for my business, super excited about that. Yes, so that actually came through for my state a day or 2 ago. Kind of excited about that. Yeah, we're an official business. Oh. All right, let's throw things all over the floor. That's 3 of those. This could be in relation to a relationship. This could be in relation to personal growth. I don't think. Alright, fine. Go ahead, I'll just leave them. Alright. Let's see. And I'm going to grab one, maybe one Moonology card. I don't think I want 3 of those. I want that one. I don't know how long this read will be. Okay, I'll take those 2. Don't know what they are. Figure it out in a minute. I'm going to get some blockages. What's blocking you or your relationship. Whichever. And again, as this is a general read, there's 3 there. I don't want all 3. They are due to come back out. They will. It's general, and you know, a lot of us are on healing paths. Some of us are single. Some of us are struggling in a separation period, or some of us are in a struggling relationship. Whatever, you know, whatever the case, this will apply to you in a different way. All right, guys, let's see. And I just want a single Moonology. We may wind up getting some advice cards. My things are still bound from my trip to Jamaica. I haven't pulled out these decks, and I again we may pull out tarot in a little while. But for now, we're going to start with Oracle, and I feel like that one is a good one. I mean, pull out timing. I don't know. We'll see where this leads. I don't have a plan at all. This is my ADHD mind, and here we go. Let me start with the Moonology. Protection. Something I'm feeling really strongly that something is being divinely protected at this time. Whether it's you, your relationship, yeah, your person, ring around the moon. Alright. Where the heck are my glasses? That would be fantastic. I guess I'm straining my eyes today. Oh well. Okay. This is one of the most auspicious cards in the deck because it's sending you a very powerful message. You're protected. In other words, whatever happens next, the Divine Mother, often symbolized by the moon, is looking after you. It's feminine energy, the moon. It is looking after you. It may be that someone is actively working against you, or perhaps at the moment you simply have quite tough astrological influences that you need to counteract. The card is a reminder that the Divine Mother takes care of her children and will take care of you now. It's as though there is an invisible force field or shield around you, making sure you're safe as you move through a challenge or a difficult time. Whatever's happening now is most certainly happening for your highest good, so trust that knowledge and go with the process as much as you can. Just know that everything is happening by divine order, and it's going to wind up for your highest good. You know, come away, even if it doesn't seem like that right now. Trust in the knowledge and go with the process as much as you can. Your current dilemma may even have something to do with your life purpose. What you came here to achieve in this incarnation. Maybe your question doesn't feel that big. However, it could be bigger than you realize. Really. Additional meanings for this card. You're safe. Make a mantra. I am safe and all is well. You're being divinely guided. You will be the winner. The divine is on your side. About this symbol, a ring around the moon forms when moonlight is reflected and refracted through millions of hexagonal ice crystals. If you look up and see a ring around the moon, know that the divine is watching you and taking care of you. I'm being called to pull just one more of the Moonology cards. Not sure why, what for, but I'm going to honor that, and I'm going to go ahead and grab one. Okay. One more card. Give some insight on what's happening. One more card, please. Taking that one, whatever that is. Okay. Take the lead. The moon's wisdom. Sometimes you just need to stand up for yourself, and this is one of those times. The sad truth is that in your current situation, if you continue to act like an ingenue, or someone who feels less than, there are certain people who will exploit their power or authority over you. They do this because they have their own insecurities and they're trying to make themselves feel more powerful. So, what do? You need to take the lead here to show the world that you're in control of yourself and whatever is happening around you. Step up and take authority. Be the boss. Call your power back. What do you need to do to turn the situation around in your favor? Do that, whatever it is. If you feel that there's nothing you can do, you're not trying hard enough. If you can't take practical steps, work on the situation energetically instead. Like, change your mindset. Do this meditating and seeing what your higher self tells you to do. Creating a vision board or creatively visualizing the outcome that you seek. Be positive and believe in you. Additional meanings for this card, you've got this. You're wiser than you know. Stop putting yourself down. Stop judging yourself so hard. Connect with a wise spiritual leader. Make a wise choice. Connecting with the moon can bring wisdom. That's why women in particular and some magical men have worked with the moon for millennia. Now, I pulled these very two cards in Jamaica on one of my other readings. I don't know that I pulled them in the same read, but I definitely pulled these two cards out of that 50 million card deck. So this might be a repeating message for somebody out there that needs to hear this. Okay, let's go with the blocks. Let's block in your situation. Unavailable. You're chasing someone unavailable, or you're the one who's running away. Which one is it? Are you running? Are you running from yourself? Are you running from confronting some of the things that need confrontation in your life? Just take the lead. Fix it. Eye candy. Beauty fades. Choose someone for their inner beauty and personality. Wisdom. Beauty does fade. But the heart lasts forever. Need rescuing. You're waiting for love to save you, but you must stop waiting and start looking to yourself, because you're the only one that can rescue you. You don't need love to rescue you. Not at all. You need to start healing. Love will not save you. Love for self-love will save you. Someone can support you, but it is not our job to save others. And it is not our job to fix others. It's up to you to fix yourself. And allow whoever it is that is running and unavailable to fix themselves. Confusion. You don't know what you want, so you need clarity before you get involved. Now, take your time if it's logical to do so. Don't miss an opportunity because you overthink things and you can't get clear on anything because you allow your mind to work overtime, to doubt, with all the self-doubt and all of the, other stuff that we allow into our mind, We're unworthy. We're amazing. We are created in God's image. Remember that. The God of your understanding. The divine source. Purity and healing chaos are these two cards. Let's see what those are talking about. That's the healing chaos. I don't know that I've pulled that one ever. Healing chaos. Yeah, I have. Spiraling tornado. Energy in our universe spirals. Water spirals in the wake of the fish that swim through the stream. Air spirals in the wake of a bird in flight. The moon spirals around the earth, which spirals around the sun, which spirals around the galaxy. Even our DNA is a spiral. It is the healing principle of life. It is not an accident that an ancient symbol for healing is the caduceus. Two spiraling serpents. It is the sacred spiral. Most people assume that there's nothing good that comes from tornadoes, but every part of nature has value. For example, although some birds lose their habitat from a tornado, birds such as the prairie warbler, whippoorwill, woodpecker, grouse, and woodcock, as well as forest salamanders, all benefit from the new landscape created by tornadoes. Downed trees provide habitat for black bears and white-tailed deer and create dens for many kinds of animals. Tornadoes churn up the soil in ways that rejuvenate the earth. Sorry, I don't have my glasses. I don't know where they are. I should be having them close at hand, but I don't. So I'm squinting to see. I can read, I promise. The sacred landscape wants you to know. When you receive this card, it acknowledges potential chaos or the need for chaos as an activator for profound healing. Sometimes the universe will allow our worlds to stir up crazy style to create just enough chaos to where you're just like, okay, I give up. I just can't do this anymore. It's because you lean on yourself. You've leaned on your own understanding over and over and over and over again, and it has not produced the results that you wanted. And the universe is like, hey, flow, trying to guide you here, but you're not listening. So the universe will stir it up, until you realize you're not really in control, number one. Everything is divinely guided and in divine timing. And if you're out of flow and you're trying to swim upstream, and I've said this in a million different ways, a million different times, if you are swimming upstream against the flow, then you're making your life much harder than it needs to be, trying to control things. Once you give up that control, you find that there is a better way of doing things, an easier way of doing things. Things become much easier. They come to you appropriately. I mean, they come to you, left of blessings come left and right, because you're in flow. You're like, okay, how am I going to handle this today? Where are we going, God of my understanding? How are we going to do this? What are we doing today? And then you allow the God of your understanding to lead you wherever it is that they want to lead you. And you realize at the end of the day, and I used to do this when I was homeless, I didn't have anything but a little rolling suitcase, some library books, and some clothes inside, that I didn't have anything to lose, you know? I was just like, all right, how are we doing this? And every single day, at the end of the day, I would assess the day and be like, you know, that was cool. That was really cool how things unfolded, and it is really miraculous if we get in flow. It's harder as we have lives and jobs and bills to pay and this and that, you know, it's easier said than done, because when we lean on our own understanding, we kind of get out of flow. And it gets tough. But if we listen to that soft inner voice, sometimes we would realize that we could have taken a left instead of a right, and things would have worked out 1,000,000,000,000% better, because the universe was trying to guide us over here. But we were like, no, this seems more logical. Well, logic doesn't rule spirituality at all. Because a lot of what I was ever told to do when I was homeless did not seem logical at all. So, that said, get in flow. Let's see. If your life seems chaotic now, know that it has an underlying energy of healing. You are being healed on all levels. You are a healer. Alternately, if your life is calm to the point of being stagnant, this card suggests that it might be time to create a bit of chaos in your life. It will activate healing, do the unexpected, mix life up a bit. That was beautiful. That's a beautiful card. Purity. Let's see what this is talking about. First snow. Before the first snow, the earth is dark and cold. Fallen trees from autumn storms lay haphazardly atop the decaying leaves that covered the forest floor. However, when the first snow arrives, the darkness and decomposing soil are replaced by purity that is light and bright. In the sunshine, for individual snowflakes atop the snowdrifts sparkle with crystalline light. Harsh sounds are muffled. Sharp corners and rugged edges are muted. Everything feels fresh and new. Debris seemingly disappears beneath the pristine white landscape. Softly falling snow illuminates the environment in a diffusion of swirling forms. At night, in the light of the moon, the first snow is glowing and serenely silent, turning everything into an enchanted fairy tale realm. In some mystical traditions, descending snow symbolizes the transmission of knowledge from a higher plane, the heavens, to the lower planes, the earth, thus bringing purity to the earth. The sacred landscape wants you to know that no matter what has happened in the past, everything can be fresh and new again. This just shows new beginnings. You can rebuild a foundation, new beginnings. The purity of your soul is shining through everything that you encounter. You are entering into a period of grace. Simply open your heart and know the best is yet to be. The past does not need to equal the future. Your future can be and will be shimmering, sparkling, and bright. Old limiting patterns are dropping away. Recurring challenges are releasing. This is a time of redemption, forgiveness, and holy healing. Beautiful. Allow the healing to happen. That healing chaos, purity. They lend to each other. They both talked about healing. That's beautiful. I love it. All right, guys, let's see what else we got. We got a bunch of these. Growth. Incidentally, more healing. Meditate. Gratitude. Guess what? Shadow. More healing. Yes. Karmic path. Let's start with karmic path, okay? Because for me, a karmic path, sometimes we go into a karmic type of a situation so that we can learn the lessons that we need to learn in order to become a better person. And we learn these with people who are not always the greatest to us, so that we can see where we have not been great to other people, or we can heal something. I mean, there are a number of reasons why we wind up in these things, and typically it's out of habit or out of feeling like we're not worthy of anything better, and so on and so forth, which requires growth and healing to get out of those patterns and make better choices. So, karmic path. I'm going to pause you for 1 second. Okay. So let's go with karmic path. And that's 8. Let's see what we got. Here the squinting happens again. Karmic lesson, learning experience, hard work, perseverance, and structure. There's that hard work again. Healing. A new and valuable lesson is available to you at this time. The moment requires your due diligence. Pay attention to what is being presented to you. Have you been down this road before? Cycles. Our souls come to Earth School to learn valuable lessons as beings and for the planet. What are you being taught right now? This moment may require hard work, but it will have many long-lasting rewards. You are not being punished, but you are gaining tools and experience for living that will be with you for the rest of your life. Drawing this card also tells you that the foundation of what you are building is strong and part of your legacy. That is beautiful. You're learning lessons you need to learn so you can come right into that beautiful blessings that the divine has for you. That is amazing. I love this for you. Love it. This symbol is Saturn. Saturn is the 6th planet from the Sun and the 2nd largest in the solar system. Saturn is connected to the concept of limitation and restriction. You're breaking free from limiting beliefs and restrictions that keep you from pursuing big, beautiful dreams. Although it may seem depressing on the surface, Saturn's role in astrology is to bring meaning and structure to our lives. Let's go with that shadow, because let's keep on going with that healing. Come on. Let's go. Healing sucks sometimes, but it's a big necessity. What is hiding in the dark? What is it that you're afraid of that you don't want to see? This card comes to tell you that all cannot be in the light because there must be balance. Exploring the beast requires you to confront those unhealed parts of you, those aspects you deemed unworthy or unlovable. As I was just mentioning, the reason we get into karmic relationships with people who don't treat us right is because we don't treat us right, and we need to learn. Or we don't treat others right. And we need to learn our lessons in that and feel the way that it feels to be treated poorly. Or if it's the fact that you don't feel like you deserve anymore, guess what? You know what? Being pounded down, pounded down, pounded down, one of these days you're going to be like, what the am I doing here? Why am I putting up with this crap? Eventually the light bulb will come on. You'd be like, no, absolutely not. I'm not dealing with this crap. You got me all the way up. The time is now to bring the light, to those usually concealed spaces so that they may be healed appropriately and or banished forever. Feel through them. The only way through them is through them. The shadow or the hidden beast is not evil, just misunderstood. However, do tread carefully as you dive into sensitive territory. Humor, although not a solution, can help ease the growing pains of learning how to best work with and integrate your shadow aspect with compassion. Learn to laugh at yourself. Learn it's okay to be goofy. Goofy's amazing. I'm freaking one of the silliest people that you'll ever meet. If you know me in real life and you deeply know me, I'm a goofball for real. I do stupid shit for fun. Okay, because it's just my jam. It is how I am. My inner child, she's playful as... Yes. And she cusses like a little sailor, too. She's kind of bad. Just saying. The beast is the hidden mythological monster underneath our beds or in our closets. It is the repressed parts of ourselves that we believe unlovable, unworthy, or fear-inspiring, ironically. It is also the place where some of our most hidden and valuable strengths are to be discovered. We have gratitude. Gratitude is important. It changes pessimism. Gratitude does. When you think, woe is me, all the pessimism in the world, blah, 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 you know, this is terrible. Yeah, it's going to be terrible. Yeah, you're going to get exactly what you project. But when you switch over and you're grateful for like I just had tacos. I got the meat from a carniceria near my mom's the other day, and I put that on the grill, and I was like, oh yeah, this is good. This is fantastic, because you go to any of the little Mexican places around here and it's and I'm from California. I know what tacos are supposed to taste like. I'm grateful to have found a place where I can get meat and cook my own tacos, and I'm happy. So just little stuff to be grateful for. It's kind of amazing. It shifts your mood. Gratitude shifts your whole mood for the whole freaking day. Let's see if I can do this. Let's see. A deep honoring is present. Give and feel great thanks for whatever blessings have arrived or are en route to you now. Be grateful for what's to come. Drawing this card invites you to share your devotion or to outwardly express gratitude to someone or something for its presence in your life. Meditate, which is incidentally the very next card underneath, so they are lending to one another again. Meditate or create a gratitude list. Love that. Learned it in recovery. I went to Michael's house. It's a recovery center in Palm Springs, California, and they taught us about gratitude lists and writing things down and just rereading this, you know, adding to it in the day, starting a new one. And mindfulness walks too, walking around and just being like, that's beautiful, and taking the time to really see the beauty in things and to really smell the flowers. And I will lend this back to kids with Down syndrome. I absolutely have a special place in my heart for Down syndrome kids, and it's amazing because they take a moment and they see beauty in not only things but people. I had this one little girl, and she was so sweet. I was in Oregon. I had just gotten out of my first apartment into my second after being homeless, and I was still riding the bus, didn't have a car yet. And this little girl came up to me and she said, she put her hand on my face, she says, "You are so beautiful." And it made me cry. It made me cry. It really did. It was the sweetest thing. Sorry, guys. It was just amazing how she just came up and she just, you know, touched my face, and she was just like, "You were beautiful." And I was like, "Sweetie, you are too." And it was just, I mean, it's just stuff like that. They take a moment, they slow down a bit, and they see things that we don't necessarily see because we're too busy living life. But we're missing life. So they're pretty special. Pretty freaking amazing folks. Sorry. I'm in my feels today, and all in my emotions. Candles have long been used to light a room, a path, or even a cake. They are often used in magical rituals, in memories, in memorials, and to honor sacred passages in life. Meditate. Drawing this card asks you to create more stillness in your life. Utilize meditation, breathwork, and other gentle activities to relieve stress and bring more peace into your entire being. You may need a break from daily duties for clarity. Your current situation may be distracting you, so more quiet time and less attachment are required. Meditate on this symbol or practice this mudra to feel universal connection within every cell of your body. The Gyan Mudra is a powerful hand posture that has been practiced for thousands of years by yogis to bring peace, calmness, and spiritual progress. It relates to the planet Jupiter and can bring many health benefits for mind, body, and soul with constant practice. Growth. Growth. Beautiful. A time of evolution and growth is here. You may be leaving behind outdated and antiquated relationships, mentors, belief systems, situations, or environments. If you are inquiring about a situation or relationship, this card calls for deeper commitment or a decision to let go in order to honor your journey. Draw another card for clarity about which direction to take regarding your situation. This card represents knowing that all will be well and for the highest good. Spiral. Oh my gosh, we talked about a freaking spiral in here somewhere. Oh, the tornado. I talked about the freaking spiral. Here we go again. Another spiral. Another freaking synchronicity. That is crazy. The spiral is one of the oldest designs to appear throughout the ages, even as far back as prehistoric times. It is a symbol of growth and evolution. It is a sacred symbol that represents the cycle and journey of humankind. Oh, there was something beautiful on Facebook. When you look at the spiral like this, it just looks like you're going in the same friggin' circle over and over and freaking over again. But when you look at the spiral like this, and it's long, elongated, if you look at it in a 3D form, it looks like this. And you're working your way up. And you're making progress. This just looks like the same freaking cycle over and over and over and over and over and freaking over and over and over, a whole merry-go-round. So maybe this is what your life feels a little like, but if you reframe this and you look at it from a different perspective, a higher perspective, you can see that it's more like a funnel, like a tornado, spiraling, going up and up and up and healing that chaos in your life. That is beautiful. That is absolutely beautiful. Then I have these guys. Here we go, because we got a few of them. What do we got? God of vulnerability. Are you having troubles becoming vulnerable? Unconditional love. God of love. Goddess of endurance. And here we go again with Anubis, the god of protection. I pulled this card multiple times as well while I was in Jamaica. So we'll start with the god of protection. Oh, this is very small. I'm going to pause you for a minute. This is going to go a little bit long. I was thinking it might be a shorter read. It's not. It's going to be 40 minutes at least. Probably closer to 50. So hang tight. I'm going to grab my glasses because it's going to take us forever if I can't see the cards. Okay, I'm back. I found my glasses. Here we go. I can actually see. God of protection, Anubis. Hello, I've stepped forward today to extend to you some healing energy. There's all that healing again. Energies of alchemy surrounding the state of the masculine. I am an avatar of the protective nature of the masculine, and it sorrows me that the feminine feels so unfamiliar with this aspect of him. Many women in your time have not experienced the protection of the men around her enough times for it to be the connection she runs at the forefront of her mind. First, I extend a loving embrace to her and hear her cries of pain. I'm affiliated with the energy of balance, along with protection, so I now bring our attention back to the fact that for every wounding experienced by one side, the other has mirrored wounds. It has hurt the feminine to feel the abandonment and feelings of not being supported, and it has also hurt the masculine himself. The forebears of this were living from their shadow side. The members of the patriarchy who created this energy did so out of fear and were not tapping into the true essence of themselves or source. This was painful for them. It created a template that continued on for some, and the ones that did not conform to this behavior continued being protective and tender, have been left to deal with the fallout. Many men carry subconscious guilt and shame that have been told by society that men hurt women and are not to be trusted. This is a cross that many innocent men have had to bear. Ask yourself, though, if you're masculine watching this, are you protecting? Are you capable of doing that? Goddess of endurance, Persephone. I'm here to speak about a particularly powerful fragment of feminine energy related to creation. This is an energy signature that many women are being called to bring to the forefront of this era of great change. I know firsthand about this energy and hope that I can be a resource of strength for you as you work on developing the quality within you. A woman's threshold for endurance is extremely high and has been since the dawn of time. A woman has the capacity to take what is presented to her and work her magic, to turn it into an object of magnificent beauty. A supreme example of this is children. See how a woman's endurance is extreme. I would like to refer you to my story. I turned the circumstances given to me into such a victory that I'm still looked upon as a figure of adaptability today. I was kidnapped and taken to the underworld, and like an alchemist, I turned that into an opportunity to claim the title of Queen of the Underworld. Through this, I was able to return to Earth, my true home, for 6 months of the year. I ask you to look at situations you're currently in and see how you can use your endurance to climb your way to a title of victory, just as I did. I don't know how that's really a victory, honestly. I think I would like to be above ground the whole time. But, you know. And we have God of Love with number 11. Traditionally, I am the African god of creation. You may not expect me to be the god of love. I do, in fact, carry forward the divine masculine energy of a deep, profound love shown in a way that is perfectly aligned with being on the physical plane. I ask you to really observe the behaviors of those around you. It is a sad but common predicament in your current society for people to misinterpret gestures of love completely. Just as I am shown bringing forward the gains of my hunt for my tribe, those around you are potentially extending the gestures of love that are easily overlooked. Gestures of love are as varied as the vast amounts of soul incarnate on your plane. Learn about the ways you personally interpret love. Discover how you personally show love. Is it possible that those around you interpret and show love in a different way than you? And conversely, do they need to be shown love in other ways to understand? Us viewing interactions from spirit can see that often it is as if you are speaking German to a loved one who is a Spanish speaker. The love is there, it's being shown but not being understood. The energy of love behind the gestures is of more value than the gesture itself. Unconditional love. Unconditional love, and this came up several times in readings in Jamaica. Unconditional love is often misinterpreted in the spirituality community. Contrary to what seems to be a commonly adopted belief, unconditional love is less to do with allowing poor behavior and more about not having expectations or controlling another. This confusion causes people to allow their beloved or loved ones to treat them in a way that does not serve them in the name of loving without conditions. This also speaks to boundaries. When you recognize a deep soul connection with another, it can be easy to fall into the trap of keeping them in your life regardless of how they treat you. Here is the thing about unconditional love. It's actually very simple. It's accepting someone for the exact person that they are in this moment. Also, I will add to this, it is also allowing them to be a different person in the next moment, because you are allowed to make a change every single minute of every single day if you so choose. And to allow that person to stand in their change and to be that changed person is an honoring way of loving somebody unconditionally. Understanding them and why they behave in certain ways. It is loving them for the soul that they are without any changes, conditions, or controlling them. Most importantly, unconditional love starts with being a warrior for yourself and asserting your boundaries and knowing when it's best to love someone from afar. Respecting their free will, loving them without having conditions on them being with you or expectations for what they need to do. Just like the couple depicted on this card, they will enforce boundaries, but also love their children no matter what path they choose to walk. If you're unsure of how to balance unconditional love and boundaries, you might want to look that up. God of vulnerability, Achilles. Let's see. I have stepped forward today to bring forth the energies of divine masculine vulnerability. I am an ideal advocate of this message because of my own story. I represent the overall strength of a masculine with one perceived weakness, my heel. Just as I am depicted embracing my vulnerability, this is the medicine that the collective of the masculine needs to be embraced for their innately tender, protective, loving heart. It is an injustice what has been done to this part of the masculine template. Just as the feminine has been repressed, so too has he. Men have been programmed to disassociate from their emotions and tenderness for generations. Due to societal put-downs and suppression and out of fear of ridicule and hurt, it can be difficult for men to allow their vulnerability to shine through. From a very early age, boys are told that boys don't cry, toughen up, man up, you're a sissy, stop being a girl. The damage has been vast and extreme. They experience various forms of this suppression, ridicule for expressing romantic love to women, being called soft, under the thumb, or whipped. And there is the expectation to be a pillar of strength, to provide, to protect, to carry the brunt of the load on their shoulders. It is scary for men to open up to softness and their vulnerability, but it's very much needed in order to have a healthy relationship. So if you're struggling with that, I highly suggest that you tap into that feminine side of you and be okay with it. And we all have we all have masculine and feminine energy. But the key to it is balance. It's important. Balance is very, very important. Okay, so we've come to this. We have mirror. Everything that is happening in your external life is a reflection of your inner world. And we have tough love. These two have come out like crazy. And resolve. It's time to make some decisions. This is the card I will read it last. It's time to tell the truth about something you've been avoiding, and it's time to make a decision. Interesting. Okay, here comes my child. He's here to knock on the door and interrupt. Let me address that real quick and I'll be right back. Sorry for the interruption. Okay. Sorry, my baby's leaving to go to Charlotte. And yeah, he's needing some extra loving and kisses and stuff, so had to do mom duties. Okay, so we have mirror. Everything that is happening in your external world is a reflection of your, oh my god, weird. I pulled it right open to mirror. That's a trip. All the answers that you're currently seeking are within you. Your outer world and experiences are merely reflections of your inner world. To change your situation, you have to work from the inside out. Many of us are trying to change our circumstances by working harder to change our outer world, like we're focused on our finances. But what we're really doing is detracting from the time that we need to be taking to focus on our healing. There's the healing again. Many of us try to change our circumstances by working harder to change our outer world, but true change can only happen when you change the energy you're sending out. If you're in turmoil within, your life without will be in turmoil. If you do not like yourself, you will most likely meet a lot of people that do not like you either. And you'll date people that don't like you. They don't really like you. They just don't want to be by themselves. If you feel like you're not good enough, you will most likely know a lot of people who make you feel like you're not good enough. Change your world from within, and you will change your outer world as well. Heal. It's easy to feel like everything is happening to you, and that's a victim mentality. Got to get out of that too. That's not ever going to be beneficial to you. Take responsibility and accountability for your own actions and how you put yourself into situations. This is your own doing a lot of the time. I had to learn that. It's the hardest freaking thing to come to terms with, but because our inner reality translates to our outer reality, we manifest. We're constantly manifesting, good and bad, based on recurring tapes in our mind that were there from childhood and things that we've learned along the way, all the way up to this point. But if we don't work on changing that stuff, your outer world will never change. It might get a little better for a little while, but then it's all going to fall apart again. Until you learn the lessons that you need, and then you evolve, and you ascend, and you move forward. And your outer life starts to look better. Mine was terrible. I was a welfare mom. I had no drive to do anything. I didn't think that I was going to ever leave California. I didn't think that I would ever go to college. None of that. Really, my family worked in factories. It was really to be expected that you went and got a job. You probably would hate it. And you would save some money and buy a house and then retire someday, maybe. You know, expectations to go to college, none of that stuff was laid out for me. None of it. I've done a lot of it. I've done a lot of it on my own. And I'm really proud of that. I'm grateful. I'm super grateful. I'm super grateful. And in the interim now, it wasn't overnight for sure. But my outer world reflects a lot of the healing that I've done within. And a lot of the effort that I've given because of the inner work that I've done within, that I have gone outside of my comfort zone and done things that I wasn't expected to do, that, you know, no one in my family had ever graduated from college. I was the first. Yeah, I mean, but it's really about healing your inner self and knowing that you can do it and setting your mind to something, to a goal. And I'm very goal-oriented. When I say I'm going to do something, guess what? I do it. So my life is changing. And it's amazing. As my inner develops, my outer changes as well. Even my outward appearance. As I feel better about myself on the inside, my outer appearance changes. I can look at myself in the mirror and be like, you are beautiful. You are absolutely beautiful. Whereas before, even a year and a half ago, I would have been like, don't feel that way anymore. I don't feel that way. I've done a lot of the inner healing and inner work that's needed to see the beauty in me. Anyway, let me jump off my soapbox and finish reading these cards. We can get you out of here because it's 48 minutes in now. For those of you still here, drop some sort of an emoji showing that you're fire and that you're learning about yourself. It's easy to feel like everything is happening to you, but if you take a closer look within, you will find that everything is happening in you. This card comes to you today to remind you that you are creating your external reality. Your reality is a reflection, a product of your thoughts, actions, and beliefs. If you take time to do the inner work that is needed, you will create a new reflection for yourself. Nothing is independently outside of you. Everything is a mirror of what's happening within you. What challenging situations are currently mirroring back your internal challenges and feelings? Do those reflections resonate with you? Are they revealing and insightful? What inner work do you need to do to change your outer world? Okay, tough love. Tough love. Ooh, that's a fun one, I'm sure. Time to tell the truth about something you've been avoiding. And that's truth to self, that's truth to others. I mean, if there's something you've been holding on to that you need to tell someone, you need to tell them. It's time. They probably already know any freaking way, especially if it's me. Really. Is something bothering you or upsetting you that you continue to dismiss? If you have persistent feelings that you are ignoring or pushing aside, it is time to honor them. Tough love can be as simple as telling the truth about something that you've been avoiding or denying, letting the people in your life know where you stand and what you need. Setting good boundaries is extremely important. Open communication and honesty are what truly bring people together, allowing them to connect and grow together on a soul level. Tough love for yourself means finally admitting to yourself the truth about something you've been hiding or denying. The key to tough love is being honest and loving in your ability to communicate how you're feeling, even with yourself, lovingly. Don't destroy yourself when you're talking to yourself. Love yourself. You wouldn't talk to anyone else like that. Why in the world would you talk to yourself like you're, unworthy and horrible? Even if you've done crap that was unworthy and horrible, that's not you. In essence, you are a human and you have an inner child. Do not do that to yourself. Do not beat the shit out of yourself. Stop that. Listen to how you talk to yourself. Listen, would you treat someone else like that? Ask yourself, when you have internal conversations with you, would you treat someone else like that? Would you ever in the world speak to someone else like that? No. So honor yourself and don't speak to yourself that way. It's not okay. Be kind and gentle. When you have inner dialogue, remember that you're talking to that inner child, the broken one, the one that suffered and went through all the crap that you're trying so hard to heal. Lovingly hold that inner child and speak to them in a loving fashion as if you would have wanted to be spoken to when you were a child. It's important. Your inner dialogue is so very important. There's a reason you've been keeping the hidden truth. Can you have compassion in finding what the reason is? When you're honest with yourself and others, it frees you to heal and move on. When you're not, however, the lessons in your life will remain until you learn them. Be prepared to experience more of this tough love, and as you do your best to be honest with yourself and others in a loving way. Allow yourself to experience true connection by building relationships based on honesty, integrity, and love. Is there a truth you've been avoiding? Is it a truth that involves you alone, or does it affect others in your life as well? And how can you communicate your truth with love and integrity? Those are the questions. Then I have just one more, and that's resolve. It's time to make a decision about something, and this is going to be very individual, and it's going to be something that each of you will determine on your own. This is an inner thing. When you're in conflict with yourself, it means that half of you agrees and the other half does not. And this creates indecision and confusion. This is of two minds. I channeled the strangest energy. I mean, not strange. It's almost like a manic type of an energy the other day that was like, I want her, but I can't do it. I want to go towards her, but I am not good enough. And it was just like this. And I didn't upload the reading, but it was just too much. It was way too, I could feel it right now. I could feel it right now. Right in through here. Oh, it was the hardest energy to endure, and I pray for anybody that's going through that dualistic mind that's just arguing back and forth constantly within. Oh, man. Oh. When you're in conflict with yourself, it means half you agrees, the other half does not, and it creates indecision and confusion. If you're going to do something, do it with your whole heart. Put both feet in and jump. If one foot is in front of you while the other foot is behind, you are unbalanced. You're not going anywhere, except to possibly fall over. Anytime there is stagnation, it can be because you have not made up your mind about the direction you're heading. Are you in or are you out? Make up your mind to resolve this inner conflict. Inner conflict manifests in many ways, and through one's inner dialogue is common. Remember the kindness in your inner dialogue. It can show up as, I really want to, but what if someone disapproves? Holy shit, that's just exactly what I was freaking, that dualistic energy. Or do I really need this, but I can't do it right now? These messages are self-sabotage techniques which keep you from moving forward. If you really want something, let yourself believe that it is possible and make your move toward it. This desire is your soul urging you to do something that is for your highest good at this time. Listen to this intuition rather than your logical monkey mind that is going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Quiet. Anxiety screams. Intuition whispers. Intuition whispers. It's a quiet voice of the divine. It's quiet. Meditate. Let it come to you. Don't rationalize it. Just remember that if you stay in inner conflict with yourself, this is also a choice. Inaction is still an action. There is no invisible barrier keeping you from moving forward. There is no one to blame. There is only your own choice. What do you feel conflicted about? In what ways are you spinning in place instead of moving forward? What decision are you feeling guided to make? Guided, not logical. Logical never makes sense. When I was homeless, I would know to do certain things. And when I tell you, they always turned out to be the right thing because I listened to my inner voice. And that was God guiding me. I was in flow. And it always was beautiful. I would look back, like I said, at the end of the day and be like, wow, that's freaking cool. That is so amazing. How it just falls in place. One foot in front of the other. It's going to be okay, everybody. Whoever, if you're out here still listening, it's going to be okay. It's for your highest good. Make the right decision. Make the next right step, as AA would say. What decisions are you feeling guided to make? And what is preventing you from making that decision? Take the blockades out of the way. Take the blocks out of the way. This is all I have for you. It's just under an hour. I hope you guys are amazing. Have an amazing night. And happy Valentine's Day if you celebrate. Take care, guys.